Hello folks, welcome to this video on a Concepts app. I'm using it on the Samsung S6 Lite tablet, and I've tried a few apps, and this one I particularly like. I come from an architectural background and was looking for something with a bit more accuracy for doing art, and I think this is the one. So I've set up this page. It's A3. I'll just show you how to set it up. You go into the options, and here is workspace. So you have your background is lightweight. You can have a grid on your background, which we'll have in a moment, and the artboard size. There's presets here. So I'm using A3 sheet at the moment. There is US paper format, 8.5 by 11, which I think is A3 as well, and other formats. So it's very good. And the drawing scale is 1:1. You can actually change the scale, which is good for architectural drawings. And I'm using millimeters. You can have it to imperial or digital, so down to pixel size. And so format and precision, that's for doing your typing or words. So that's that. So the app itself, let's see. You have this tab here, which is all your pens and pencils and whatnot, and I'll just go through them quickly. There's two ways you can set up this tabs here. You can set up as a line like I have here, or if you hold on it and bring it over to the center of this circle, you can have it like this, which is like a circular wheel, which is how it is, I think, at default. But yeah, for now I'll just put it back to line, and yeah, so the first tab I've set up as a pencil. So you double tap it and you get your brushes. So this is a hard pencil I've set up as. And there's your other options for this any of these tabs. I think there's 1, 2, 3, about 8 options. So you can customize it as you like. So if I have hard pencil there, but if I wanted a soft pencil, I just select soft pencil, press X, and that's now a soft pencil. So I'll just go back and set it to hard pencil, which I find is good for just sketching in general. And the next pen I use at the moment, it's this is a fixed width pencil or pen, and I would change to that, between that and either of these here. I haven't really decided which one I like yet, but they've different characteristics. So we'll go with, I'd like a finer point on the end, so you can sort of get a preview here. There's a bit of a finer point on the dynamic pen, and yeah, so we'll stick with the dynamic pen. It's good for inking. That's that. This is watercolor, I believe. Yeah, so you have different water brushes. So this is watercolor, there's airbrush, marker, and then just a solid fill sort of pen, if you are, yeah, brush. And I'll just scroll down a bit. So you can actually have a type of brush or pen, or you can have a tool. So so you'll see in the other side, the other ones are tools. And then down at here you have a options to buy further brushes, and these are only about €2, which is about $2, and they're very good choice. Now I've only bought a few of them. The others I don't feel I would really use them, so I'll just show you the ones I have used or have bought. Is watercolor brushes. So there's different types of watercolor brushes I'll show you here. you watch the preview tab, they have different effects. So some are heavier, lighter watercolors, and which I think will be, it's more random, and yeah, so I'll just go leave it back on. I think it was, leave it on this one. I think one of these is fairly yeah, so you do have quite a selection, so it's hard to nail one down as your favorite. So yeah, that's a bit more red, so we'll stick with that one. It's your what, so you don't have to have that as watercolor. You have to have it, maybe another pen or whatever. This one I have it set as a markers type, so you can see it there, marker, and we'll give you an example of that later on. This is the fill tool, which is straightforward to use. This is eraser, and this is slice, so you can slice the drawing, and it's quite useful. I'll show you that later. And this is a selection tool, and this is the undo and redo commands here. And then on the right hand side you have this here, which shows you your zoom, so you can put in your own custom zoom, or there's presets here. So leave it at 50 for now, and the actual page rotation as well. You can rotate the page custom here, but it's usually easier to do it with your two fingers. Here is your layers tab, so you can hide it or expand it like that. And I have it set to manual. I think it comes in as automatic on your first, so it picks up that pencil should be under inks and things like that, which is very good. But I prefer to edit my own layers. You just, if you want a new layer, you just click new layer, and you have it there. You just hold, press on it, and then you can rename it here. So I'll call this one maybe lettering. And click OK. And then I just would like to have that on top, so I just drag it up to the very top above all. And that's my own layer system. So the bottom I have blue line pencil, and then rough, and then pencil, and then panel. So that's what we'll do in today's video, is draw a one panel grid just for now. And you can set, I usually will set up a 6 panel grid, a 9 panel grid, and I can edit those then as I want for architecture, or even comic drawings. And then colors layer would probably be underneath the panel layers, so I'll leave it there. And inks would be in the, yeah, so you can adjust the layers as you want. So I'll just minimize that for now. And this is precision, so you can go in here and you just click on the box to show the grid, and you can see there it's showing as grid, and you can change by selecting on the name different types of grids. You have a dot grid or an isometric grid. And the good thing about these grids is that you can set the pen to snap to the grid. Yeah, so, and then you can set the units of the grid. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. And then options, that's your snap. So you can snap to grid, so while editing snap, and it allows turns. It's very customizable. And it's that, so we'll turn on snap. That's your measurements then. So you can change the drawing scale there. It's got some custom scales already. And units, which is more or less yeah, so won't get too bamboozled with those. Just trying to keep this video small. Yeah, so let's see, and yeah, so measure when you actually draw a line. Just say we'll draw a pen line here. It will give you the measurement of the pen line, which is very good for accuracy. Okay, so we'll undo that. And for this exercise, I will use the fixed width pen. Click OK. And then this is a guide, so you can use that. We won't use that for now. We'll use that in another video. And okay, just another thing, the actual pen's custom settings, so you can click here and you can change the size of the pen. You can change the opacity and whether the smoothing as well, so you can that's sort of natural, and then this is more artificial up to 100%. And then this is probably the coolest thing about concepts, is the presentation of the color. So I click on the black dot here. That will bring you up this wheel of color that you can rotate, and it's got a good selection of colors. You can change this to HSL, which isn't as dramatic, but I'll leave it on Coptic for now, and we'll just select black for now. And so we'll go about drawing this one panel grid. And I'll just zoom in here till we see the grid. And it's set at 10mm intervals, I believe. So it will come in 20mm. And yeah, we'll just draw a line start here. That's pretty thick, that's not what I want, so I will turn that off, and I will turn off measure as well. So I will reduce that down to about 2 mil. So we start off here. And then, so now we can zoom out, so we'll trust the grid. And I have it set in portrait mode. Of course, you can set it in landscape mode as well. And we'll start here and draw again down this way, and here down this way, and it sticks to the grid set up there. And we'll draw the bottom line. And we'll just bring these lines down. And that's it. It's a pretty natural line. If you zoom in, that's the good thing about this program. It's vector based, so the consistency of the line stays the same as you would expect. So we'll reset the page. We'll go back to 100. We'll go back to 50%. So we'll type in 50, and then rotation to 0. And that's it. That's first video on concepts, just simple setting up a page and using your grid to do an accurate framing of the page. Next video we'll look at bit more framing, and then actually filling in those using the different brushes in the frames. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye for now.